Hey everyone, I'm Mo Kelly. It's To All the Sharp.
Yeah.
Nerd-o-Rama. You can find us every weekday on the iHeartRadio podcast platform or, of course, at KFIAM640.com. There's been a lot of controversy and conversation and consternation about this movie called Joker. Let me tell you, I hated that.
The film was a joke. Straight up. You can listen to the podcast for the real clean version or even the dirty version. But right now, we're here to tell you, without a shadow of a doubt, this film sucked.
Oh, it sucked badly. As you would say, golf balls through garden hoses.
Like, seriously, a powerful sucking is what this film possessed.
Make it real simple. I thought the movie was... Remember how Christopher Nolan did Batman, where Batman was supposed to be if it existed in the real world?
Yes.
This Joker movie was about if Joker was a real person. And it didn't work on any level. Now, there are people who may like the movie.
Lots.
But you're just wrong. It's
Very.
a bad movie. It's a bad cinematic experience. It doesn't have an A, B, and C act. It doesn't have any action. It is incoherent in its storytelling. It uses gimmicks, which have been used in other movies. And at the end of the day, Joaquin Phoenix is a fabulous actor that cannot be denied. What can be denied is whether this is a good movie.
The fact that everyone is ranting and raving about Joaquin Phoenix's performance, which I'm sure, to those of you who are fans of Joaquin Phoenix's acting, I'm sure was superb. It is not out of character for this man to be this Joker. If this was Meryl Streep doing this kind of performance, yeah, it would be great. Joaquin Phoenix was basically Joaquin Phoenix. He was kooky and he was weird. Was he menacing? Was he criminally insane? Was he brilliant or threatening? No.
Drive that home, because I don't think people understand. When you call a movie Joker, there is a lot of baggage which comes along with it. It's not like you're making a movie about a clown or the clown. You're talking about the Joker specifically.
Yes.
So you're talking about a character who's diabolical, who's a genius, who is criminally insane, and is a mastermind, could bring a city to its knees. That character in Joker, played by Joaquin Phoenix, could not do that. He couldn't manage his own life. He was not on a trajectory where he was going to get to the level of being a villain worthy of an adversary like Batman.
And you cannot separate Joker from Batman.
Nope.
They are inextricably linked. You cannot say, no, this film doesn't exist within the DC cinematic universe. It doesn't matter. You called it Joker and you based it on the character, the Joker. This is an all-points bulletin for Arthur Fleck. That does not make for a very compelling film. If you would have called this film The Sad Clown, guess what it would have done in the box office? Bupkis. It really would.
You need to highlight that. When they had in the movie, spoiler, his name is Arthur Fleck. They had an all-points bulletin for Arthur Fleck. You already know who he is. The whole point and part of the menacing nature of the Joker was you didn't know who that crazy mother father was. You had no idea about his identity. So there is no type of special nature or mystery to who this person is, where he came from, or the motivation for why he's trying to menace the city of Gotham. None of that was there because you had revealed that this guy is just ordinary. He's not special. He's sad. He had a bad childhood. People picked on him. He was bullied, and now he's going to take out the people specifically who were mean to him or who mistreated him.
Without a doubt. I mean, to me, the most annoying thing about this film, it's all behind me.
We can see all that. Oh my God.
Hey, seriously, that right there is the funniest thing that I've ever seen happen on any of these fantastic video vignettes. Going on, you cannot have a film with a man who is basically off of his meds, and one day he is going to be an adversary for someone like Batman, one of the greatest martial artists in all of comicdom, one of the greatest and most brilliant minds of all of comicdom. You can't have a guy who, really, oh, and I could take this guy. He wasn't menacing. He wasn't threatening. There was nothing about him that was above ordinary. He kind of lucked into being the Joker because he was being made fun of.
And he took out the people who were not nice to him. That wasn't the whole Joker's point. Joker was killing indiscriminately. You didn't know if he would kill a child. You didn't know if he was going to kill a bunch of teenagers on a bus. You don't know if he was just going to blow up everyone in a stadium. He had the whole city in fear and panic. This guy, this Joaquin Phoenix iteration of the Joker, he didn't scare anyone other than the people who were around him who didn't treat him well, like Robert De Niro's character. There are just certain things you could see coming. And for a movie was, I don't know, 2 hours long with only maybe 2 action sequences. Sorry, I hated it.
This is a character that did not even inspire fear. He basically committed a crime that coincided with the anger in the city. So first, let's deal with that. The only antagonist in this film was the city. This film was heavy-handed in its political leanings. And again, hey, I work with individuals who are dealing with mental health issues. So I feel that, but this film went way too deep to blame the city and everyone else in the world except for the individual who's going through the issue. That's wrong.
This is my last point because the movie's bad and nothing that I'm going to say is going to change that probably for you or for me. But the whole point of having Batman was because there was so much crime in the city that there needed to be someone beyond the police to come help deal with the crime in the city. This Gotham that we saw, which was really 1970s New York, wasn't overrun with crime. It was just dirty. It was dingy. They had trash everywhere. They had super rats. There was no need for a Batman character. And the way this movie did it, it was that this Joker gave rise to Batman. Under no circumstances would that actually ever happen because there was no need for a Batman to save this Gotham. None of it made sense. It sucked. It was boring. I tried not to fall asleep, and I'll never watch it again. There's no need for me to see it a second time.
For those of you who say that this film is great, you do not know who the Joker is. For those of you who are trying to make connections to the Killing Joke, you are wrong. And that is a fact. I understand that liking what's bad seems to be the new norm among, contrarian individuals who are just, it's the best. And you don't get it because it's above your head. You're not a grown-up. You're a nerd. Stop reading comic books. Hey, for you and this film, I give it the finger.
What, this one or this one?
That one.
This one.
That's.
Are you sure?
Positive. The finger.